and welcome to another Hearts podcast episode. This is episode 13, Bullying Awareness, and you're listening on season 4. Now, this is not related to IRL situations, even though I am still a victim to bullying to this day, but I am referring this bullying awareness to the online world. This is a topic that I need to discuss because, as well as sharing stories, education for my listeners, I do also want to make awareness. And this is awareness on variable things. So awareness is making something known, and I am going to go as far back as 2020 when I started my journey in content creation. This may be a difficult topic to discuss because bullying is never made easy to discuss with one another, and I know that not very many people will want to listen to this episode, but it is important to my podcast, and I will appreciate it if even one of you tunes in to either YouTube or Spotify for this episode. And I have managed to write at least 10 pages, so it may not be that long. Now, I do want to address that name calling is a type of bullying, and I have had my fair share of name calling towards me. You may find Series 5, Episode 12, dealing with false accusations relevant to this episode. Calling someone petty is even an insult, and I was called this earlier this year because I hated the fact that this user, who won't be named, kept following and unfollowing my Twitch and then joining and leaving servers constantly. Me, personally, and my feelings are valid, I feel that that is abuse to your channel and your server because it's like, yay, I have gained success, and then you lose them as soon as they lose interest. And they do suffer with sudden loss of interest very quickly. Now, whilst it's okay to lose interest of streamers, it's just not great to do it constantly because it can provoke some of us. I have asked some of my friends for their opinions, and even they agree with me. That user remains banned on both my channel and Discord server for my protection and as my right as the creator. I'd like to go to the very start of my journey of content creation, and that was before I decided to do my own content. So we go back to 2020 during the pandemic era. Now, I want to originally keep my mental and now I wanted, to keep my mental and physical health private originally, but I could see that people were not accepting me or trying to understand my ways, those who are now, unfortunately, ex-friends of mine. This episode, while I share IRL events that are linked to bullying, this episode is mainly aimed at the online world. Now, just to avoid any more potential dispute, although should not happen for two reasons. One, I am not a part of those communities anymore. Two, it is my right to share my side of the story, as we have to remember that there are two sides of every story. So when I first started doing my content, this was when the issues started. And that was in 2021 when I did my own content. Because it's like, oh, someone new, and I feel potential threats from her, maybe. Maybe, who knows how the others were feeling. Now, I want to address that I don't think that I would have been a success if I didn't make any friends to begin with. My first ever friend online, and I will mention her name, was Ella, and I also got to know a few other mutual friends in between and met friends of my own along the way. Ella's name I can mention because we are always friends, and as far as I know, she won't mind her name being mentioned. If you have any concerns, Ella, don't hesitate to DM me. Now, I met Ella through YouTube and discovered other platforms like Twitch and Discord. And it wasn't long till I had my own accounts of those platforms. There was a friend who we shared that was German, and his channel and server was a neutral zone, and still is to this day. That was when I stumbled across an ex-friend who was also Canadian, and I do feel bad for what has happened because of my paranoia. I really thought that she was copying me, and it led to an anger of frustration to the point where I had snapped and yelled, "Stop fucking copying me," in her chat during one of her live streams, which was uncalled for, but paranoia got the better of me. And that was unfortunately my Asperger's. And that wasn't the worst part. It led to me being banned in her chat, another big streamer that we all supported, and 3 other additional bans followed, all because of that mistake. I made an inquiry with one of the mods from the big streamer we all supported, and the response was, "We can't risk anything like that happening in our chats." Most importantly, which almost broke me, they had then all told an American big streamer that plays The Sims, who I supported. And I guess you can all understand that I had changed my channel's name as well as to try and confuse them, but I was trying to avoid being banned. But no matter how hard I try, I always get banned one way or another. It seems that people are very obsessed with the banning feature, but then when it happens to them, it's like illegal. But you can't have special treatment. It has to be given both ways. But unfortunately, some streamers are like that. Over the years, other American streamers I have supported, and I have nothing against the American culture. I do love the American culture and still have over 15 friends who are American to this day. But these particular American friends have always made fun of the way I speak because I am British, and I think that many Brits would agree with me that it is insulting because you don't see us making fun of how they speak. And I've had many fake friends before. Many of them were only friends with me because I was British. And it's like, why not be friends for just me? Over the years of content creation, I have had many crushes with many female streamers since I am into women, and many of them would say it was parasocial. Why can't my feelings be valid? Why couldn't they just accept that I had a crush? Was crushing not allowed? It's not illegal to have a crush on anyone. You can't help how you feel, and no one can take that away from you. They could have just said they weren't interested instead of making a big deal out of it. I will be doing a dedicated episode to parasocial relationships so that all will be explored and I can educate my listeners as well as make awareness. Now, during the time that I had the crushes, I had also fallen in love with one of the girlfriends that I had, and she kept expressing that she was uncomfortable and claimed to be straight. But then apparently I went too far and made things worse by talking about it to one of her community members. And I think, as far as I remember, it was only one member that I had spoken to about it. That resulted in the friendship ending, and because she was a mod, she had banned me in not only her channel, but 2 other channels. I even had one friend say out loud to me, "Kay, stop falling in love with girls on the internet." And I was like, wow, okay, you gotta go, because even though, yes, they are people on the internet, they are still people. And there are many success stories of people meeting their future spouses on the internet through content creation, and that's what I tried to do, because I could never really find the one. And it would have been amazing to have shared content creation with my future partner. Unfortunately, with that person that said that about my feelings, my falling, sorry, I did see that many of them did do some hacking, and I don't have proof now at the moment, unfortunately, because they are ex-friends. But I did see the hacking through Discord, and that is not great at all because that goes against guidelines. But neither of those four communities would allow me to accept me. Would allow would accept me trying to make things right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my words out here. um, and yes, if I included the first streamers from where I thought they were copying me because I thought it was paranoia, then it would be a total of 7 communities where I am not welcome. And in return, they are not welcome in my community either. At the beginning of this channel's journey as the British Empress, I got a very unfair ban by saying to the streamer that I had followed that I was one of their newest supporting followers and had followed them recently and wanted to say hello while they were live. And they responded in the chat, "That's kind of sus." And then a ban followed. That's sus. I was introducing myself as one of their newest followers. So yes, a lot of unfair bannings are issued. Many ban their users out of spite, which I think is petty. Now, I am still loved by many as I do this content creation, and I am also a dedicated mod. To this day, I am a mod for 10 Twitch channels and 12 Discord servers. So yes, please, no more mod duties. At the moment, my energies that I lean against online, as I am an empath, you will get to learn, has reduced majorly from 26,000 plus members to now a small number of under 10,000 energies. And that is a lot of members who use Discord. Well, as an empath, we too have to look out for energy vampires as well, because we need to reserve our energy. And that's why I now go offline mode for when I'm unavailable, because then my privacy IRL can be continued and respected. But I will also have a dedicated episode about those energies and why they are relevant. I think that this may be a type of manipulation, but at least 2 streamers have deleted their Twitch channels because I think it's to do with the fact that I wasn't going to every one of their streams. I'm sorry, but I have a life, and I can't promise that I will be at every one stream, especially with those that have age block, because I still need to get photo ID. Also, we need to keep in mind time zones, as I am GMT, and many of you do stream when I am about to go to sleep or get up for the day. And I'm also going to express that I don't get the same treatment from many of you, and not a lot of people who I want at my streams show. So that is also why I may not be at some streams, and I think this is fair. I want to wrap it up now because it is almost 14 minutes of the podcast episode, and I have written 10 pages. So yes, this will be a fairly long episode for you to enjoy. And I want to say that should you find yourself banned, no, it is not nice, but bans are there for a reason. I have made it so that you can't request to unban, and banned users can't watch my stream because they should respect the boundary. I, for one, only have under 20 members who are humans banned, as the rest are bots, and I rarely recommend streamers getting Zeribot, which you can assign to your channel by going to the Zeribot Twitch channel, doing !join, and then I recommend having Zeribot as a mod on your Twitch, because then it will have the banning permissions. But should you get banned, you should go and explore your new communities, as there are probably millions out there. I am thankful to have almost 40 friends on Discord with moderated popularity and almost 40 Discord servers. So yes, I am at a comfortable amount, and I can say I do not want any more friends or servers. Thank you to everyone who tunes in, who remains loyal to me as a friend, and who do tune in to my content.